Christy made banana bread for Kalli for her birthday.
She didn't make it, she bought it.
Oh, Christy bought banana bread for Kalli for her birthday. I can't eat any. Happy birthday. I love you. It's episode 120 today, Kalli's birthday. The day that I refer to as the worst and the best day of my life. I don't have much time to talk. I gotta get to my office meeting that I'm late for, so let's do this. All right, time for team lunch. Christy and Jennifer behind me, holding it together in second place. We can't all be in first, just saying. All right, we had a great team lunch. When I got back to the office, I got a phone call from one of our past clients who's thinking about selling their house. So I'm gonna run out there and do a walkthrough and see if I can't put together a market analysis for them. As real estate agents, that's one of the best things that we have to offer as a service. We have the ability to put together what's called a comparative market analysis. We use a very similar process to an appraiser. We can let people know what their house is worth, what it should sell for, and that kind of thing. So if you're the one that told them what it's worth and they decide to sell, then you're typically the next phone call they make. So. Catch up with one of our clients. They have a super nice custom-built home on a ton of acreage, so if they decide to sell, it'll be a great home for somebody. So I gotta head back to the office. I'll probably stop by our house and check the mail and that kind of thing. And now I'm gonna be a good husband and go fuel up Christy's car for her. She's on empty. Woo! Alright. We only do big birthday parties every other year for the girls. And on the in-between years, we do something small. For Kalli, this is one of the small years, so she got to pick out the food, so most everybody's gonna be eating cheesy ravioli. A few of the rest of us are gonna have chicken and salad. Got some family over for Kalli's birthday, and Kalli just disappeared. But we got my dad, Christy's dad, Christy's mom. That's my little sister, Nicole.
This card from Nick's $20.
$20? What are you gonna buy me with $20?
Nothing. I'm gonna buy myself something. Something yellow. No.
It might be good.
No. She can look like the
Oh, look at Maddie.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kalli. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha! And then more. Cha-cha-cha. Yay! Bye.
Later, y'all. Drive safe. Alright guys, we just got done with our birthday dinner party. It was super fun to see my dad, Nicole, Christy's parents. We had just an awesome time and feel super blessed. I've shared this story before on social media, but I wanted to share something I think is just a phenomenal story with you guys. And it's 100% true, and I just wanted to tell you about it. Essentially, Kalli was born obviously 10 years ago today. But what you might not realize is that my mother actually passed away exactly 11 years ago today. Right around the time Christy and I got engaged and got married, my mom was diagnosed with lung cancer. She was in a ton of pain at our wedding, but still fought, and just over a year after Christy and I got married, she lost the battle to cancer. And the crazy thing is my mom was a super young mom when she had me, so when she died, I think she was just 38 years old. She was either 38 or 39. Sometimes the math messes me up, but she was obviously way too young to die. It was devastating. It was devastating for myself, for anybody who knew her. My mom was just an incredibly compassionate, loving, and caring person. You know, one thing we don't really talk about a whole lot, but it's super important to us, is our faith. You guys know I go to church. You probably assume I'm a Christian, which I am, but I don't really talk about it a whole lot. And it's because I don't want to push my faith or my belief system off on you. You know, really, if you don't believe, I'm not going to push anything on you, but I challenge you to open yourself up to having a relationship with Christ, really to start that pursuit and see where it takes you. In the early years of my life, I went through a whole lot. I wasn't the best kid. I wasn't the best student. I had a terrible relationship with my family, emotional and anger issues and addiction issues. And when I was 15 years old, going into high school, my life was a complete wreck. I was abusing pretty much everything and anything that I had access to. Through a crazy series of events and just really Christians around me, I started a meaningful relationship with God. And He really took me from the verge of disaster to living a life that I feel completely fulfilled. It's not perfect, but I know that my God will always be faithful to me. There's several different big moments in my life that I can look specifically back on and realize that God did something special for me. One of those moments is 10 years ago today. Having lost my mom just a year prior, I was dreading August 10th. And you obviously don't have the ability to choose the day that your kids are born on, but Kalli ended up being born on that exact day. You might think it's coincidence, I understand that. You might think it doesn't matter, I get that. But for me, it's always been a very big deal to me that August 10th is a day that we get to celebrate the life of my daughter, remember the life of my mother, but we don't have to mourn the day of her death. In our life, August 10th has honestly been redeemed from a day of mourning to a day of celebration of life. And you might not agree with me, but for us, it's a very big deal, and it's just one more way that God has proven to us His love for us. So no matter who you are, what you think, what you've done, what you're doing, it doesn't matter. I want you to know I'm not special. I want you to know that the God that loves me and the God that I feel like cares for me and the God that is looking after me and the God that makes me promises and keeps them, that God has the same care and unbelievable love for you. Like I said earlier, I don't want to push it on you, but I simply wanted to tell you our story and give you one example of how God has shown us the love that He has for us. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you're watching this on Facebook, be sure and head over to YouTube, subscribe, and follow us there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Life in the Flyover. Thanks for tuning in to our show again. We'll see you tomorrow on Life in the Flyover. Life in the